project was to write about 100 missionaries. I think I ended up doing 80 missionaries. I wanted them to know that they weren't alone. I wanted them to realize that that there's people who were praying for them and who love them, even though they may not even know them personally. And I wanted this to be an evidence for these missionaries that they are part of something bigger. I notice sometimes when I'm going through hard times and things, I'm struggling with things, I start to get an inward mindset. So I wanted to have a very clear, tangible way that these missionaries would know that they were not alone, that God knew them, that their parents knew them, and even random strangers knew them.
Okay, so what I did is I went on to this Missionary Mamas group that has 21,000 members. This is my missionary right here. She's so adorable. Here she is again. Look how cute she is. And this is my favorite picture. Someone made her bloomers. I asked them if there is any missionaries who'd like a random package of letters from somebody, and I got 30 replies.
I made sure that I asked specific questions about the missionaries. So I didn't want the missionaries who are getting these letters to just think that they were one of a million missionaries who just got form letters. I wanted them to know that I took time to think about them and pray for them before each letter. So I also took time to ask my daughter kind of things that she was struggling with, as well as other missionaries, and I tried to address those in my letters with personal stories so that they got to know me. So when they read the letters, they got to know me, and as they read that I knew about them, then there is a connection that would be formed there. It's really, I think stories are a great way of helping people have an outward mindset, because when you read someone else's stories or you share your own stories, it's a way of being able to see the world a little bit differently through different eyes. So I have a list from the moms of all these missionaries and information about them.
That I had wanted to make it so that I could go and give my daughter, see that's her, cute, her whole zone letters. This whole zone right here, this is my daughter's zone, that every one of these missionaries got a letter from me. Most of my letters were in Canada, and one of the reasons why I specifically kind of focus on that is because right now Canada is in a unique situation. Their borders are closed and only Canadian missionaries can serve in Canada, and so all our missionaries, like my daughter who was called to Ukraine, they can't leave. They have to be serving their missions inside the United States, which is a really unique opportunity for Canadian missionaries, because we don't have a lot of Canadian missionaries, and in the past most of our Canadian missionaries have gone all over the world, and so it was very unlikely and uncommon for you to serve with someone that you would later see in your community. So right here we have a personal letter. We have a little note telling them a little bit more. In this case, I got my daughter to write this Elder Henderson another note as well. We put in stickers. So each of them have this cute little card right here. And when they...
Whoa! That's so stupid. Oh my goodness. That's so dumb.
See, it's a little butterfly. So we have packages, a little note for the person who opens this up, saying thank you very much, and I put candy all throughout the package, a lot of candy, so that when the person who opens the package gets it, there's lots of candy there. So here's the finished product. We have a box going over to Canada, Montreal, another one, that's my daughter's zone, then we're going over to the Canada Toronto mission as well. And then these are all letters going to the United States of America. And then we have some that are going to Mexico, Argentina, Japan, and other places.
Things that I did in this project with an outward mindset and using theories from the book. The specific ones I tried to do was to help not only see those that I was writing as people by asking specific questions about who they are so that my letters would be personal. It was also sharing stories with the missionaries so that we could connect. So in both of those, we're trying to see people as people. Another thing that I tried to do is in the sharing of the stories and in the writing of the letters and giving them little treats and stickers and that little butterfly thing, I was trying to let them know that they are not alone. Because when we don't feel alone, it is easier for us to have an outward mindset. When it came to like seeing the need, assessing what I could do and then monitoring the impact of Sam, the need was that these missionaries at this time need some extra support, and I went about doing it in different ways. And as for assessing being able to assess the impact, I really don't know how I'm going to go about getting impact unless the missionaries write me themselves. So I'm guessing that out of these missionaries, I'll get 2 or 3 missionaries that will write me back. I put my email addresses in the letters that will write me back, or a mom that will write me back. The other impact that is measurable in my home is the fact that my kids are a lot more aware of missionaries and missionary works. In fact, today I had one of my girls who asked if she could sit down and write letters to missionaries. So that was a positive thing that I actually could say, oh, this was an effect of doing this project this midterm.
So Isaac, what do you think about me writing like 80 missionaries I've never met before?
It's definitely different.
My mom is buying lots of stuff to make packages for missionaries, and then she sends them out all over the world.
What would be the funnest thing about going on a mission?
Getting packages.